support crew, welcome to the Valor Run. This event has been in the making for months and months now. A lot of logistics, a lot of coordination, a lot of support. This would not be possible without the support of some key people I would like to note right now. First and foremost, the PBY Museum. They were gracious enough to host us here this morning, to allow us to be here and to start this journey. Bridget's journey will encompass 160 miles in 4 days, a mile for each female veteran lost in the global war on terror. Behind us, you'll see portraits of each of them. 160 today. Yeah. Unfortunately, there'll probably be more in the future. Before we start, we'd like to have a quick prayer and then a few comments by Bridget. Okay?
Yeah, please join in so we can hear Dave's prepared something really nice.
I just wanted to say a few quick words before the prayer about one of the fallen soldiers. I think it's important for us to know a little bit about them as we start our run today so that we can honor them appropriately and just the values that they upheld while they served. I think it's important to know that they're fallen warriors, they're not victims. They served their country and volunteered and served honorably. The individual I want to talk about today, her portrait's right over here behind us. Her name's First Lieutenant Ashley White. She volunteered for a military pilot program called the Cultural Support Team, or CST. This was a program where female soldiers were embedded with the U.S. military special forces. The reason for this was the U.S. military thought we were missing valuable intelligence because we weren't interviewing females in the battlefield, civilians. So Ashley was one of the first cultural support team members embedded with the 75th Ranger Regiment. The 75th Ranger Regiment's motto, some of you may know, is "of their own accord." This is because the members of this elite fighting force are all volunteers, and Ashley volunteered to join them. In fact, she graduated in the top 10% of her class when she tried out for the rigorous cultural support team training. During one of the firefights that the Ranger Regiment was involved in Afghanistan when she deployed with them, some Afghan civilians came under fire, and she shielded some female Afghan civilians with her body. During this firefight, no one was injured. However, during a separate night raid, Ashley stepped on an IED and was killed. The Rangers flew her into a nearby fob, and when they wheeled her into the medical unit there, the medics were surprised because they've never seen Rangers come into a field hospital with a female before, and they were all concerned because their buddy was killed. And so her parents didn't even know that she was going outside the wire in Afghanistan. She did this completely selflessly. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and lead us in a quick prayer. Dear God, we ask you for your protection as we honor the sacrifices of these warriors. We ask that you give Bridget endurance and strength to complete this run. You showed us the ultimate example of valor and selflessness when you sent your son to die for us. Similarly, these women did not die in vain, but for their brother and sisters in arms. Amen.
Amen.
This is really more emotional than I thought this morning. I also wanted to thank Fleet and Family Readiness for coming out to be with us, and the Red Cross, thanks for being with us. Warrior Point, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. Veteran supported organization, veteran run and veteran supported organization, and the Stroller Warriors, thanks for joining us. And to my friends and family too, thanks a lot for joining me. General Garrett, thanks for being here as well. I really appreciate it. And Ed Doyne, thanks for driving all the way up from Bellevue to be here with us. And to my kids, and Lainey, you're kind of one of my kids too. Lainey's doing the social media support for us, so they've all sacrificed a lot to get to this point today. Back in, November, I've told a few people this story, and I was eating breakfast. The three Munchkins were eating breakfast across from me, and I was reading my college newsletter, and I read that my friend from 25 years earlier, Nancy Lacore, had done a run to honor the 160 fallen from Norfolk to Washington, D.C. She's a mom of 6, and I instantly knew I had to do it. I told my son that I was going to do it, and he asked where I was going to run, and this is where I'll get emotional. What I knew right away, I was starting here because of your daughter. Megan was a triathlete. Okay, she's telling me to suck it up right now. Megan was a triathlete while I was an ultra marathon runner, and she was loved by everyone she met. We did not know each other, but we had, my best friend was her best friend. I mean, it's just a really tight group of people. We all knew who was competing and who was doing what. We kept track of each other that way. So when she died, her funeral was in Quantico, and we were flying from Romania at the time, and so my son, who was 4 at the time, attended the funeral with me. And Sammy still remembers her daughter's funeral. Most kids don't remember things from that age, you know, and he still talks about many details of the funeral. So I told Sam we were going to start here in Oak Harbor, and I knew that I wanted to end near Joint Base Lewis McChord. So Sam, being the 12-year-old that he is, whipped out the iPad and he drew a route from Oak Harbor all the way down to Joint Base Lewis McChord, and I think it was like 158 miles. And we knew right away that was the route. We have a few detours and diversions, so it is 160. Maybe an extra mile or two if we make a wrong turn along the way. But you know, my whole run is in honor of your daughter, and I really appreciate you being here this morning. And I just want to put a plug in September. There's going to be another memorial run. It's starting again for Megan, September 12th. We'll be here, and we will bring a crew from Seattle to be here too. And I hope that can continue to go on indefinitely. So we'll get Susie in from Grand Junction, Colorado too. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining. I'm going to actually start my run with a walk. So if anybody can join me for the first mile, I don't care how slow we go. My kids are going to join us, and I have a lot of walk breaks incorporated into my 4 days. A long time ago, I could run multi-day races without stopping. Not really sure I want to test that right now. So I'm going to be running and walking, no stopping, but running and walking. I don't even like to sit down because you can't get up again once you sit down. So anyway, thanks to all of you for being here and the support for months that you guys have been calling me and checking in on me. And our friends have been praying. I want to say one or two more things and then we'll kick it off. I'm probably just stalling. But the one thing is, right now, at this very minute, we have 16 people swimming 40 laps today and for 3 more days. Every day they're swimming in support of Valor Run. And it's a good friend of ours, Big Fun Holovet. They just completed the first morning. He's 76 years old.
Oh my goodness.
And he is doing that for us, and that has kept me going up a mountain in the Cascades when I was sucking it up a few months ago and wondering why I had committed to this. I remembered that Dick was doing this for me with his 15 warriors. And so that's really cool. Another guy tomorrow is running a race in honor of Valor Run. And that is just unbelievably meaningful to me, and it will propel me along. And I totally forgot the second thing that I was going to say. I had two things to say. So I'm sure I'll remember it. And, you know, if you want to follow our progress, we have a Facebook event page called Valor Run NW. Feel free to, feel free to follow on that. Lainey's going to be posting when we pass through checkpoints. And we have an honor station tomorrow that's actually going to be much more busy at Cabela's from 11:30 to 2:30. And we have Gold Star Moms, Myra Rentamaki running that one, as well as my sister-in-law. My nephew is proudly serving in Afghanistan right now too, and she's working there tomorrow. The last thing I wanted to say is tons of people are praying for the success of this run, and concurrently, more importantly, the fallen. And that was mission accomplished already. So that was the goal, and I think we're really pleased that that's all happened. So thanks everybody for coming. Thanks for making the journey from all these different locations. And please join me for as many miles as you want. We'll walk the first one, and we'll ease into it from there. And that's it. Okay, thanks.
Hoorah!
Hoorah!